Hey, so since a few people were asking me about basically contact forms, what's the right way to do them, I thought this would be just a good example to show you so you get the idea of how to do them right. So basically, in most cases in regards to a contact form, for you to get a high amount of people who actually will be willing to contact you or a business you're representing or your client's business, basically the shorter amount of things you're asking them or shorter amount of steps for them to do will basically increase the likelihood. So in this case, we just have our name, our email address, and a message. That itself should generally be sufficient in most cases. For example, just make it simple, go Joe, just say Joe, Jones, and then Joe1234a at example.com, and then whatever Joe wants to say. For example, hey. So you can see it can be done quite quickly, like that, quick send, your message has been sent. That itself should generally be sufficient for most contact forms. When you start to include different steps or different parts to it, it decreases the likelihood. For example, if you put first name and then surname or first name and second name, that itself alone will actually decrease your likelihood in some cases. If you had first name, last name, and first name, middle name, last name, that again will decrease it in some cases. If we had first name, middle name, last name, phone number, that itself will decrease it. And more basic parts you expect people to put in, the less likely people are going to be in regards to contacting you. You want it basically as short as possible in order for you to get a decent amount of people who will be willing to contact you. If someone is really determined to contact you beforehand, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're trying to get people who may not be of interest in whatever you're selling or whatever information you're providing, then least steps are generally the best option. If you have to do 10 different parts to a question, 10 parts to any contact form, or 15, or however many you want to do, that itself will make your chance of getting people contact you a lot smaller. Having it simple like this name, email address, and message, or subject, whatever you'll call it, that itself is generally good enough. That itself should, in theory, do whatever you want. That gives you all things you need to know: their name, their email address, and their message. That itself should be good enough. If you're doing things where you need to know more information, for example, if we're going to use the sale example, if you really want to know what budget they have, then you could put something like a fourth thing for, say, budget. That itself will be generally alright. But anything more than around four, you're kind of pushing your luck and you're less likely to get people to contact you. If you just want people to contact you, then simply like this name, email, message is good enough. You can do simply a contact page, or if you're using what I'm doing, this gives us a contact form at every page, so it's very easy from the contact. We don't need a direct contact page, as you see, I haven't got one on this site. But having this appear in every part of the site, that itself should make it easy. You don't want it to become hard for people. Another thing you should be aware of as well in regards to if you're going to go to CAPTCHA, as quite a lot of people do, CAPTCHA itself often doesn't work well, so I'd recommend, unless you really need it for security reasons, you don't use CAPTCHA. CAPTCHA itself has a lot of flaws in how it's designed. For example, some of them will say things like this, quick all the houses you see. So in regards to the photos we can see, there's only 3 houses, but according to their system, this has been designed wrong. There's in reality 4, so it tells you have to do it again. So then now we're doing, for example, purchase, say, horses. There's only 2 horses, but they claim there's actually 4. So you do 2, then you do it again, then you have to again and again, then you just give up. So be aware, CAPTCHA itself can actually mean you're less likely to be able to contact you in some cases. So you're best, unless you really need it, not to have CAPTCHA. And I think we can all agree CAPTCHA itself is pretty annoying. I think most people would agree with that idea. Anyway, that's basically it. So you want a contact form, make it simple. Name, email address, message. And just a quick thing here, we can click for send, and that's good enough for most people. Anyway, that's all the video. Thanks, and have a good week. Bye.